Welcome to the pod, gentlemen. Zeke, say hello. He will not, nor will he nap, which is not cash money, as we say. Okay, have your cup. Given my glass mug could never end poorly. Week 4 is in the books. I did it, boys. I turned the tides of gambling. Despite the best efforts of this administration, when I start losing, I get very I'm not putting a dime in this app. I had $70 left in Underdog. I deposited I cashed it. I broke even. I left my $500 that I leave in my Underdog account, and I had lost $430 of it. I was down to my final $70. Oh. Back to the wall. Okay, that's loud. I'm trying to rant here. Have a metal one. Or less metal one. Back to the wall. Just all my allies gone. All my resources depleted. And I did what the greats of their time do. I put 10 toes down and I got to work. I got in the lab. I made a pregame play, they're not my favorite. Dobbins over 64.5 rushing yards. I had a Bo Nix gimme pick, that's how bad I'm doing, is I'm getting the freebies again. And then Breece Hall rushing yards. That one was touch and go because the Jets are stupid. But that cashed. And then a live play, Ollie Gordon, 21.5 rushing yards. I knew he wasn't going to get that. And then the Bengals receivers to suck. Your boy was right. They sucked. The Bengals are trash. So your boy's back at $382.85. I'm going to update you guys weekly on how I'm doing. The little icon, little at the top, 382. Let's see what we come away with after this week. All right, week 4 in the books. I would say it's the triumph of the human condition to be up against the wall, to not despair. Don't drop things when I'm soliloquying, dude. That's a terrible co-host. Yeah, it's just triumph of the human will, I guess, is the real lesson we could all take away from what I've done. When you're up against it, don't give up. Persevere. Gamble your way out of a hole. I bought myself a burrito with that. I'm going to keep going. All right, little recap. I pulled it out after a 2-game losing streak with a roster that is laughable to have a 2-game losing streak with. When DK caught that touchdown Sunday morning, I was at church. Church got a little coffee hour after. Shout out to the SRC folk who've been there. And I was like, ugh. I was talking to someone. I was actually talking to Paul Ketis, who I was in a Bible study with Logan, Sam, Lanza, and Cam with. And that was we were in a church fantasy league at the time, the 4 of us. And we would say after Bible study, we would meet at the world's worst breakfast place, Palm Beach Bagel. So bad. Never had a good breakfast. And we would come out and start talking about football. But I was talking to Paul, and then I looked at my phone, and I was like, it's over. And then my wife said, do you want to go home and watch the game? I was like, why? It's over. But the day turned, thankfully, and I live to fight. I'm not 1-3. Austin got. Bo Nix with 30 points is crazy. So many. RJ Harvey balled out. Ekbuka's so good. Pittman looks good. Putting up 101 points when you have 3 people getting 2 points on your roster, and then one got 4. Crazy. Austin struggling, but nobody's booming. When Taylor doesn't boom, it's hard, and nobody else boomed. What are you doing, dude? Sit up. He's leaning off this chair. Dan, unfortunately, too good. What? What are you looking for? You dropped something, dude? Oh, here's your quarter. Look. It was underneath his hand, and he was looking for it. He's a real weird magician. QJ is so good, and I was right about him. I did actually go back and look, and I don't think I would have won my championship without Evans. So, I can go to sleep knowing I made that trade worked. But it does suck for Dent to have a lad who dies so QJ can live. It's a real Harry Potter situation. James Cook, so good. Hey, Dan, could I trade you a running back who's droppable and a second for him? Let me know. This boy is circling me. Guile and Josh. Guile, so many points. Puka, we're not going night-night. Puka is so good. 170 yards is so many. Genty broke out. Guile literally texted me about, like, I cannot believe I got, like, the bustiest 101 pick. And, like, 5 minutes later, he went off. Olave finally got in the end zone, but then had his worst, like, reception week. I know that because I did have a live bet on him to have more catches than 3. And JSN with a down week, but that's nothing. Mahomes and Kenny Gainwell almost ruining. Like, if Guile had a subpar week, Josh could have easily gotten a dub here. And then Sam and Logan. Logan emerges with the victory, but not unscathed. Neighbors and now Benson on the IR, and we don't know what's happening to Bucky. So that's a rough 3-pack to go down. Like, Logan and I had depth. Even I was looking at my starting lineup for this week. Like, I'm starting both Lions receivers. Stop touching all my stuff. I've got Evans, Terry, CD, all out, and Kittle. And then, like, Bijan and Jacobs on bye. Like, it's so many players to lose. Like, if I had one more injury, I would be starting Jawan Johnson to go from, like, how many players I had to that. It's crazy. So prayers up for Logan's team. You just headbutt me. Why? You want to come sit? Come here. He doesn't have pants on, but pants are lame. Okay, let's look at the matchups. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Trades. You guys, you want to hold this? Everybody waited to do trades until after I recorded a pod. All right, here we go. Dan does it again, where he sends away like a late first and a piece of garbage for a good player and an early second. So he's basically trading, and he gets it in this year. So he's going to get like the 201 or 202 for what we can assume in 2027 is like the 109, 108, 110. And he gets Travis Etienne for that. You could argue that the late 27 first and 26 second are almost equal. They're not that far apart. They're a Kayshon Boutte difference. So congrats, Josh, for giving Daniel more life for no reason. And then Cam Scadaboo breaks out, and he sells him for essentially what he paid. A 27 first from Cam, also probably going to be late. And then a 27 second, also very late, for a young and good running back. So well done, Josh. Cam and Lanza, one of the more frequent trade partners in this league. Harvey and a 1 for Wilson. I actually don't mind that. I think that is contender versus non-contender. But Lanza, rarely do you get to see. Stop touching stuff. Rarely do you get to see that pay off that quickly with Harvey looking good. I don't know what you could possibly be doing with that. Darren Waller got picked up. You got put on the trade block. And then the most active waivers I've seen in our league. Fields for $42. Emmanuel Wilson, Isaiah Davis. That's a good pickup, Guile. Justice Hill. Sean Tucker, which is now looking very good for $7. I'm wishing I went up from 2. Darnold, good pickup. Slayton, probably a good pickup. And Tonjes. Some good pickups. All right.
Bye.
This is, I'm not saying goodbye yet. He wants the show to be over so bad.
Bye-bye.
If he did that at the end, it would actually be great.
Bye-bye.
It's kind of funny. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Stop it. Let's go with the largest disparity in points. Daniel and Josh. 102 to 56. I feel like everybody has like their bad. I guess why is Tina projected so low? Why does it say 102? I feel like that's not right math, but is what it is. Do you want to go walk around for a minute? Here, sit in your chair. There you go. This is an easy win for Dan. I don't think we need to break this one down that much. Let's go. I'm just gonna go up from the bottom. I'm not gonna do math because I got lambasted last week. Cameron Lanza, 85 to 100. Hampton, see if he continues his breakout. Scadaboo, Warren. I'm curious how the Giants do without Neighbors. What? Rude. Lanza, again, one of those teams that like Egbuka and Pittman and Harvey and Bo Nix can drop points on your head. We've got East Hill and Lions versus Suicide Squad. Tua versus Carolina should be points, hopefully. I'm curious to see how they look for a full game without Tyreek. It might be one of those things where, like, addition by subtraction. We'll see. I don't have high hopes for that. But it'll be nice. Johnny Taylor, he had a down week, so I feel like he's due to erupt again. Waddle, Chuba, Chase Brown, Jerry Jeudy, and then Logan, he put in Woody Marks, who's only projected 1 point. That will obviously change. I did spend up on him in my home league for $55. And the next closest person spent $5, so that felt bad. Dobbins still looks good. He still has Bucky in his lineup. Well, no, Bucky's not on IR. Day-to-day, chance to play in week 5. How are you in crutches and a boot, and then you're day-to-day? He's eating paper clips and spitting them out. I'm a good parent. CMC, Fields versus Dallas. That should be a boom game for Fields, like 35 points. Their defense can stop no one. Joey versus Sam, matchup of the week, 94.94 to 94.83. No, I said Joey. Drake May, I feel like it's time to start Drake May over Jared Goff. I saw something, his passing stats are better than Josh Allen's. 18, 30, 23, 25. QB4. I don't think I realized that. But Sam's got Jalen Hurts, Kyron, Jordan Mason, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is just like fully diva out, and I respect it. Judkins, who looks so good. I traded Devonta Smith for him in a redraft league because the guy's like, he's like, I got too many running backs. I need receivers. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I feel good. And I give him like Trey Tucker or something who I got off waivers that day. He's a Raiders fan, so it helped. I feel like we're waiting for a Brock Bowers breakout game, and I feel like it might be coming. Yes, brother. Sit up. Marv, I hope he like puts another game together. I want him to succeed. And then Worthy looked good. How many points did he end up with? 14. He looked good. Okay, as I was talking to your shoulder. He's waving goodbye to you guys. Okay, and then we got me versus Guile. I've got my bye week and injury apocalypse. Guile also has Packers on bye, which is kind of nice because that is such a large percentage of his team. He's got Puka on Thursday. Sam's got Kyron Thursday. Logan has CMC.
Bye-bye.
Stop saying bye-bye. It's dismissive.
Bye-bye.
Nobody's playing Stafford. Logan has Adams. Austin has Pearsall. So we like Thursday night, that's a fun game. There's a lot of moving pieces there for fantasy on a lot of different teams, which is nice. That's always fun. I feel like every Sunday primetime or Monday is like the Chiefs, and I'm real sick of it. Yeah, Chiefs-Jags, Monday night. That sucks. That's stupid. Pats-Bills is like fine, but like the Pats, you're anxiously starting Henderson or Ramondre. No receivers. Maybe Diggs. Bills is like Josh Allen and James Cook. The receivers feel terrible. Just think about fantasy players when you're setting these. I'm saying have like the Bucks, the Lions, the Bengals, Jets. No, Jets not that good for fantasy. Cowboys. Stop touching.
Bye-bye.
No.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's ridiculous. He says it 50 times, but you can't say bye-bye now. All right, boys. Have a good week. Win your other leagues. My wife texted me because she's upset because I told her to bid $60 on Trey Benson in her family league. And now he's hurt. And she's like, this is your fault. It's like, fair enough. So pray for me. All right. Talk to you later, boys.